going down.
It's going down, Mike.
Like this.
I'm going like this.
I know that they welcome to the show. It's the latest thing you ever seen. You already know. Let me introduce you to your host. Hit me, Mike and Mike. Yeah, it's the man hour. Got the hottest plays, all the breaking news. Every rumor, every trade, every breaking bruise. Tighten up the screws. Yeah, it's going down. Have you saying what the fuck and never watered down? It's going down. I'll be rolling up. And if you buy it or you sell it, then you made the cut. Watch me flip it back. I can double up. I got sriracha for that ass, I'ma burn it up. Gotta check the rules and know that it be fair and foul. Rep, blow the whistle, throw the towel. We can do this on the field, on side the lines. It's the man now, though. Now we going live.
And what is up, everybody? Michael Buckheiser here with Mike LeBlanc. Mike and Mike, man, our live, raw, and uncut sports talk. Mike, we had some more technical difficulties this morning, and I'm an IT guy, and I can't figure shit out.
I know. I'm starting to worry about your IT abilities, sir.
It's kind of funny because I streamed here from Monday. It worked just fine. Tuesday was from the house, and now it's Wednesday, and it says we can't stream. I don't know. I mean, all afternoon I'm gonna be tinkering with this thing, to be honest with you, and it is going to work. We're going to be back to our normal lives and the normal way we do things here. But guys, head over to the Mike and Mike Man Hour. See, you guys got some cool merch here. I got a t-shirt, a little bit of hat. Mike got that awesome hoodie. Mike, how's that hoodie feel?
Oh, it's so soft.
Is it?
Yeah, I love it. It's like, and I like it because it's form fitting. It's not like one of those baggy hoodies. You know what I mean?
This t-shirt makes my guns look huge. Look at those babies. Whew.
What guns? I don't see shit.
Oh,
I see little. I just see little water pistols.
You are just jealous because the camera is it's not quite angled right, so I gotta gotta get up there, right? But Mike, man, it is Wednesday. It is Hump Day. Usually work week starts to go down a little bit. For me, it's been crazy day here at my work.
Like it's actually like Hump Day.
Well, is it Hump Day every day over there at the LeBlanc household?
I mean, it's just me here, so
5-finger death punch, they say, right?
No, no.
Fleshlight all the way, right?
No. Malia, where you at?
Well, how is business going? How is life going over there?
Business is going good. Life, I mean, it's an adjustment, man.
Right.
So I've been separated now for 2 months. So it's just, it's an adjustment being alone, not seeing the kids. I think that's the biggest adjustment is not seeing my kids all the time and only seeing them every Wednesday and on the weekends. But, Elizabeth has been great. I don't have anything bad to say about her. She basically, I see the kids all the time. So it just sucks that I don't get to wake up with them and go to sleep with them. But I mean, I see them all the time.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, honestly, during football season, I kind of feel separated from my wife too because, I put my kids to bed at night and that's about it. So I wake up, I go to work about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. They're obviously still in bed. I don't get home till 8 o'clock at night when it's time for bed. So we get about a half hour of bonding time before it's time for bed and winding down and whatnot. So it definitely sucks, but it's for the betterment of the family, and I love to coach. So, Cindy understands this is wartime and whatnot. So push comes to shove, she is there 100%, and I'm being there for her right now as well because what's going on my side of things here. So kind of keep that hush-hush for a little while. But, push comes to shove, we're all family in the end. So, with all that being said, kids, life, etc., one thing to be excited about, guys, Big Ten football is possibly coming back. Actually, it is coming back. October 23rd, they said. We will get into that last part of the show here. But Mike, let's go ahead and talk some a little bit of NFL football here real quick. And injuries are starting to pile up here. Many people are saying this because of the lack of OTAs and training camp and preseason games.
We talked about this during the offseason. We talked about, that this was going to happen. A lot of people were going to start falling out because they've usually got preseason to start ramping their bodies up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they didn't have that this time. It was just straight to playing football. So
yeah, and we saw that with Tez Bryant a couple years ago when he was off for a full season, went to the New Orleans Saints, and he thought he was going to be game ready after a couple of days, and we saw he tore his Achilles, that second or third play into the game with the Saints. But now, as of right now, we have Michael Thomas possibly going on the injured list for 3 to 4 weeks with a high sprinkle sprain. With that being said, how much do you think that affects the New Orleans Saints moving forward? Do you think they're going to be afloat or sinking ship?
I don't. If you look at the game that the Saints played, Drew Brees spread the ball around very nicely. So does it take away from their deep threat? Yeah, I think it does. But does it make them a sinking ship? No, it doesn't, because they've got Drew Brees, and that's one of the things that he is very well at, is spreading the ball around. You see it, week in and week out. So no, I don't think the Saints are in a whole lot of trouble. I think they're still on their way to a 10-6, 11-5 season, easy.
Yeah, much of last season when Drew Brees got hurt for those 3 or 4 weeks and Teddy Bridgewater came in and kind of managed the ship. I actually think that made them better in the end. And honestly, this Michael Thomas injury, if he is to miss 3 or 4 weeks, this is going to make the Saints much more improved, much more a better team, because they aren't solely relying on Michael Thomas as that deep ball threat. A receiver is going to have to step up. Alvin Kamara is going to have to step up. Taysom Hill is going to have to step up and really show what the New Orleans Saints are all about. And, let's say he is out for 4 weeks and they go 4-0 during those 4 weeks. Is Michael Thomas really still a top receiver in the NFL or not? That could be a question to be raised. Does Drew Brees make him that good, or what? What are your thoughts on that? Is Michael Thomas that good, or is Drew Brees make him that much better?
It's hard to say. I don't know, honestly, because Michael Thomas is a good receiver, but Drew Brees is a damn good quarterback too. And, Drew Brees has made receivers in the past. But I do think I don't think Michael Thomas makes Drew Brees by any means. No, I don't.
Right. So let's look at these 4 games coming forward for the Saints. They're at Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. They're at home taking on the Packers, and they're on the road taking on the Lions. Without Michael Thomas for these next 3 or 4 games here, I could see them probably going 500, to be honest. What are your thoughts on that?
No. I think the only game that they're going to have a problem with is the Packers.
But, granted, there are no fans in the stands, but that is at home. I was kind of worried about that Raiders game, honestly, because they are traveling to Vegas. Granted, I kind of gotta know if Vegas is allowing fans or not. Some stadiums are allowing fans, some fans aren't, or some states aren't. But this is the opening of Las Vegas Stadium, the $5 billion stadium or whatever it is. The Raiders are going to be amped to play. If there's crowds in there, the crowd is going to be extra loud, even though they're only at 22% capacity. And it is hard to adjust after one week after losing your number one receiver. I would be kind of worried about that, a little bit. I'm kind of circling that game a little bit, especially if Michael Thomas isn't in there. Even if Michael Thomas is in there, I'm still kind of circling that game a little bit, because we had Matt Benz on.
Not against the Raiders. Nah. No, I think the Saints are going to Las Vegas and they'll handle the Raiders soundly.
You said it on yesterday's show. Matt Benz had them at basically number 11, kind of tipping their toes in the adult side of the pool there. If they you said it yourself. If the Raiders beat the Saints and the Saints lose to the Raiders, we're having a different conversation about the power.
You're right. I did say that. I did say that. If and that's a big if. Let's be honest.
Right.
It's a big if. If the Raiders beat the Saints, we are having a different conversation. All right. Everybody knows that. But that is a huge if.
What factors do the Raiders need to do to beat the Saints? Does everything have to go perfect? Anything have to go wrong for the Saints?
They've got to literally win in all 3 phases.
That game kind of scares me a little bit. Another big injury that just happened just came across the board. San Francisco 49ers are putting Richard Sherman on IR for the rest of the season. I did not see the injury. It just popped up on my phone right as the show started here. So, I mean, Arizona Cardinals threw all over the San Francisco 49ers. They ran all over the San Francisco 49ers as well. The loss of Richard Sherman, does this kind of raise concern for you for the San Francisco 49ers?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, you're losing your number one cornerback. So, and with the Cardinals laying out the blueprint on how to beat the 49ers defense, that's really worrisome if you're a 49ers fan right now. That game film against the Cardinals, I think a lot of teams are going to take and use and scheme off of that. I mean, I can't say it enough. Like, Arizona completely took Bosa out of that game.
Yeah, it was pretty ugly.
You took the defensive player rookie of the year out of the game completely. So, and now your number one cornerback is now going on IR.
Yeah, I mean,
you start to have some questions about that 49er defense. Hey, that Super Bowl slump the Super Bowl hangover is looking like it's more and more and more and more real.
Especially for the NFC teams. For you guys that don't know what the Super Bowl hangover is, every NFC team the last 6 years that have lost the Super Bowl failed to make the playoffs the following year. But this is kind of a slightly tread easy on the thin ice type of thing here. The loss of Richard Sherman may not hurt the San Francisco 49ers as much as people think he is. Yes, he is a very good player. He is a excellent zone cornerback, but he is not a lockdown cornerback anymore. You cannot put him man-to-man on your best receiver, and he is not going to lock them down. I mean, that is just the way it is, and unfortunately, age has caught up to him, and he had was it Achilles injury or ACL injury just a couple years ago, and so this could be the beginning of the end for Richard Sherman. So all you Richard Sherman fans, you better buy your gear now, because he probably won't be playing for the 49ers next season. Because
you see who went down for the Broncos?
I did not.
Their cornerback Bouye.
What does he have?
A shoulder injury, and he's likely facing injury. He's likely facing IR.
Was it is it some type of tear?
That's what I'm looking right now.
Because usually those shoulders like a rotator cuff or something.
Not surgery after undergoing tests yesterday on a dislocated shoulder, but it's likely they're going to put him on IR though.
Yeah, usually for a dislocated shoulder nowadays you are looking at least 3 to 4 weeks being out. We actually had a kid on Friday night dislocate his shoulder, and he is out 3 to 4 weeks as well. Even though they did pop it in there right on the field, it's just a precautionary thing. You need to build the strength back up, and then those tendons and ligaments and stuff like that. Because when you pop it out, it just stretches it out, and it's not a good thing in the end. So with the